Ryan Norris is a student at Palm Beach Atlantic University. However, he's no ordinary student. Being a male and a nursing major, this places him in a rare group of students at his school known as the Merces. He is one of only 3 male nursing students in his class. With aspirations to be a primary care family nurse practitioner, he has a long journey ahead of him. We have the chance to interview him this day to better understand his perspective of being a male nursing student at Palm Beach Atlantic University. So why did you choose to become a nurse?
Basically, first and foremost, I'm a man of faith, and I wanted a career that I could really glorify God in. And whether I'm, washing windows or saving lives, I could glorify God in either one. But since I had the opportunity to choose right here, right now, I just felt like I couldn't go wrong with nursing. I like the idea of being in a career where, it's hands-on and just really for the betterment of others. I really like the platform and the concept of the job, and the opportunities seem endless in that career.
Pertaining to being a male, how do family and friends react when you tell them that you want to be a nursing major?
First is, just kind of like an awe factor. They're kind of shocked. They're like, what? Like, really? A male nurse? Because it's kind of rare. And I definitely notice people tend to always say 2 things. First is just, oh, great pay, great salary. And the second being, for a guy especially, just high demand. You'll always have a job. So that tends to be the reaction of either family or friends.
What are some positive aspects of being a male nursing student?
Basically, I stand out. I don't even have to do anything. I'm just me. I'm just a guy. I stick out like a sore thumb. Kind of like that.
Do you feel that you're treated differently because you're a male in the nursing program?
Yeah, definitely. One aspect I'd say is the way teachers address me and converse with me. The conversations I have, they're definitely different than typical conversations I know that I have when there's a group of females around, or when they're conversing with girls.
So why do you think there aren't so many men in the nursing program, and do you ever see that changing?
The reason I don't think there's as many men in the program is because nursing is typically affiliated with as a female's job. Personally, how I remember I first considered nursing, I worked at Publix back in the day, junior year, started contemplating decisions. Where am I going to go to college? What am I going to study? I remember talking to a buddy who was the cashier, and I was asking him, hey, you're a senior. What are your thoughts? What are you going to do? And he basically said, this lady mentioned to me about nursing. And I was just kind of sat there. I was like, whoa, nursing? Like, I never thought about that. Before that, I thought maybe like a firefighter or something like that. And it just it really cut to the heart. I was kind of shocked, and I was kind of like, never put into perspective that I could pursue a career like that. And so I feel like that's why it just doesn't really cross the minds of young men such as myself. It's one of those things you don't consider, I suppose.
In what ways do you think that women are better students in the nursing program, but also which ways do you think that men are better students in the nursing program?
Girls are definitely better at students. At least this is a pattern I tend to observe. Girls are really good when it comes down to detail, the most minute things. They do the littlest things well, and I really feel like doing the little things well, individually, collectively make up the whole just so much better. And males, we kind of, like the book says, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Got different mindsets. Basically, I suppose men, we will tend to focus on the black and the white before the gray. We say what's important, what's crucial, what's the foundation. Work on that before we go to the gray,
What advice would you provide an aspiring male nursing student?
I would tell an aspiring male nursing major that they should do it. They should just go for it, and to not let the opinions and the esteem of others affect their decision making in the process of choosing a major. Nursing is such a rewarding career, and the program itself is so prestigious. I just don't see why they should let a stereotype or something like that get in the way of something that could be so great. And I just tell them, A man can dream, can he?
Thank you for your interview.
Hey, I appreciate you guys interviewing me.